Are you spending more time looking through that obscene backlog than actually playing it? Yeah, we are too. Hi guys, welcome back. Or welcome in if you're new. I'm Tessa, and this is Easy Way Out's Something for the Weekend. The show where we dig through the backlog, pull out a few games, and actually give them some time. We've only been PC gaming for a little over a year, and somehow we've already built up a collection of over 200 games. Between Steam, Epic, random sales, and Bella quietly snapping up little deals here and there, we've ended up with an impressive collection of games that we barely touch. So we decided it was time to stop scrolling, stop window shopping, and start playing. Every couple of weeks, we're going to pick out a handful of games from the collection and see if they are still worth our time. And maybe help you find something sitting in your own collection that deserves another look. So grab a drink, sit back, relax, and let's jump right in.
Provide support.
Dock to entry team. Our negotiators just lost contact with the suspects. They are angry and volatile. You are go for entry.
Kicking things off, we have Ready or Not. Ready or Not is a tactical first-person shooter where you play as part of a SWAT team dealing with dangerous, high-pressure situations. And this is not a run-and-gun shooter. It is slower, more methodical, and wants you to think before your overconfident ass starts kicking doors open like you're in an action film. You're clearing rooms, checking corners, giving commands, rescuing civilians, dealing with suspects, and trying not to make a complete mess of it. The rules of engagement are a big part of that. You can't just shoot everything that moves. You need to identify threats, protect civilians, secure evidence, and only use lethal force when it is needed. And when things kick off, the combat feels loud, messy, and stressful. You can play solo with AI teammates or online with other players. And from what we played, the solo side is surprisingly strong. Quick play lets you jump into missions, while commander mode adds officer deaths, stress, therapy, traits, and squad rotation. The AI teammates are really competent too. They stack up, clear rooms, restrain suspects and civilians, bag evidence, and behave like they've had actual training. Which made us look like the weakest member of the team. We absolutely loved the time we spent with this one. It stressed us out and made us feel completely incompetent, and still made us want to go straight back in. So yeah, Ready or Not is not getting left in the collection. We'll absolutely be going back to take on the other missions. Next up, we have Ori and the Blind Forest. This one takes us to the forest of Nebel, a beautiful, glowing world that is slowly falling apart after a powerful storm changes everything. You play as Ori, a small guardian spirit who is taken in by Naru, this big, gentle creature who becomes Ori's family. And honestly, the opening does not mess about. It tells their bond through music, animation, and these quiet little moments, then slowly starts pulling the world out from under them. From the outside, Ori looks soft, colourful, and almost comforting. But there's a real sadness sitting underneath it. Once the game opens up, it becomes a Metroidvania-style platformer about restoring the forest, exploring hidden routes, finding upgrades, and slowly opening up more of the world. The movement is lovely. It starts simple, but before long you're wall jumping, climbing, dodging hazards, and learning how to carry that momentum through each area. But don't let the art style fool you. Ori and the Blind Forest is not just a pretty little platformer. Every so often, it turns the pressure right up and throws you into these escape sequences where you are desperately climbing, jumping, and dashing through obstacles before the whole place swallows you. Those moments are where the game really wakes up. You're not calmly working your way through a level anymore. You are scrambling for the next ledge, dodging whatever is collapsing around you and trying not to lose your rhythm. The Soul Link system adds another little layer to that, because you create your own checkpoints using energy. So saving in the right place can make a big difference. We only had a few hours with this one, but it made a really strong impression. It's now installed on the Legion Go, and I fully intend to go back and finish it when I get the chance. It's not a massive game either. For a normal playthrough, you're probably looking at somewhere around 9 to 12 hours. So if Ori is sitting in your collection untouched, this might be one of those games that's very easy to overlook, but absolutely worth giving some time to. Streets of Rage 4 is a proper return to the side-scrolling beat-em-up. You move through the stage, enemies pour in, weapons get picked up, and the fight keeps pushing forward. The developers didn't try to reinvent Streets of Rage. They kept the familiar arcade structure, tightened up the combat, and gave it a cleaner, modern look. The older Streets of Rage games had a rougher mood to them. Dirty streets, neon lights, gangs everywhere, and music that gave the whole thing a darker edge. Streets of Rage 4 is brighter and cleaner by comparison. The hand-drawn art looks great in motion. The characters are bold, attacks have weight, and even when the screen gets busy, everything stays nice and clear. The story is thin, as you would expect, and it's told through comic book-style panels. Mr. Y and Miss Y are the new threat this time, and Axel and Blaze are pulled back in to clean up the city again. It's silly and over the top, but it's handled with enough self-awareness that it never feels like it's trying too hard. Where Streets of Rage 4 really works is the combat. On the surface, it's everything you've come to expect from a Streets of Rage game. But once you settle into it, there's more control here than just mashing attack and hoping for the best. Positioning matters. Enemy placement matters. You start learning when to step in, when to move, when to throw someone into a crowd, and when to use a special move to get yourself out of trouble. The special move system is one of the best updates. Like the older games, using a special move costs part of your health bar. But now, you can earn that health back if you keep attacking without getting hit. That small change makes a big difference, because special moves become something you actually want to use, not just something you avoid unless things get desperate. The weapon catch is another really satisfying touch. Throw a weapon, hit an enemy, catch it as it bounces back, and suddenly the whole fight feels that little bit sharper. It's a small addition, but it feels great when you pull it off. The characters also feel different enough to matter. Axel and Blaze feel like the familiar core of the series. Cherry is quicker and gives the game a faster feel. Floyd is slower, heavier, and hits ridiculously hard. The stages are mostly what you would expect, and there's plenty of variety with hazards, destructible scenery, and boss fights to keep things interesting. I do think some levels could have pushed the variety further, and not every track hits as hard as the older soundtracks. But the game keeps a good pace, and when it does mix things up, it works really well. We didn't get to try the co-op properly, which is a shame, because couch co-op has always felt like the best way to play. 2 players, 1 screen, enemies coming from both sides, and that shared push through each stage. That's where these games really come alive. Even solo, though, it still holds up really well. For me, it feels like a proper modern follow-up. It respects the older games, keeps the arcade structure intact, and adds just enough to make the combat feel sharper without losing what made Streets of Rage work in the first place. I do miss some of the grit from the older titles, but the combat is satisfying, the presentation is strong, and the whole thing is easy to jump into without feeling throwaway. So if Streets of Rage 4 is sitting in your collection and you've been putting it off, it is absolutely worth going back to. It's sharp, stylish, and a really solid return for a series that had been away for a very long time. And finally, we have a recent addition to the collection, Forza Horizon 6. We did try to ignore this one. We really did. But our love for racing games got the better of us. And honestly, Forza Horizon 6 just hits that pick up and play spot perfectly. This is the kind of game where you can jump in for 10 minutes, do a quick race, chase a collectible, or just drive across the map with no real plan. And sometimes that's exactly what you want. At its core, this is still an open-world racing game built around the Horizon Festival. You race, explore, unlock cars, and work through the festival progression. But the appeal is how much it gives you to do depending on what mood you're in. You've got road races, street events, off-road stuff, showcases, online activities, collectibles, and little distractions all over the map. Which is dangerous, because you'll set out to do one race and somehow end up doing everything except the thing you logged in to do. It's not a hardcore sim, but it's not pure arcade chaos either. It sits in that sweet spot. And you don't need to know loads about cars to enjoy it. Just pick something that looks cool and have a good time. The delivery missions are a fun little distraction as well. They break things up nicely and make the world feel less like a menu full of races. That's where Forza Horizon works best for me. It's a game you can drop into when you want to drive, explore, and mess about. So if you're in the mood for something easy to jump into, full of events, collectibles, online stuff, and that one more race feeling, Forza Horizon 6 looks like a dangerous addition to the collection. We're only early into it, but so far it's doing exactly what we wanted it to do. So that's it for this episode, guys. 4 very different games, and hopefully a little reminder that our collections are full of games that still deserve a bit of time. It's taken us a little while to get this one together, but honestly, that's part of the process. Something for the Weekend is a new format for us, so we're still figuring things out, trying new ideas and learning as we go. But I'm really excited about where this can go. It gives us a reason to dig back through the games we've picked up over the years. The ones we forgot about, the ones we always meant to try, and the ones that have just been sitting there gathering dust. And we don't just mean modern PC games either. We'll also be dipping back into older console generations as well, from PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 to the Mega Drive, Dreamcast, and plenty of other retro favorites that deserve another look. Whether it's sitting in a Steam library, tucked away on an older console, or digging out an old favorite, it all counts. You don't have to finish everything. Sometimes it's enough to give a game a bit of time, see how it feels, and move on if it's not quite clicking. And if it does click, lovely. Either way, we're enjoying the collection. And of course, a huge thank you to Bella, who is now officially part of the Something for the Weekend team. She was absolutely awesome helping capture footage for this episode, and she'll be a permanent part of the show going forward. Thanks for being here, guys. It really does mean a lot. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. It really helps us out. And let us know down in the comments what you're playing this weekend. Are you digging something out of the collection? Finally installing something you bought in a sale? Or have you already been distracted by something new and shiny? Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Experimental power systems operating at 200%. Extreme caution. Overcharge. Overdrive. Flash. Emergency shutdown on gang.